This is part 2 of going through all my homework from a year of art school. I'm halfway through the pile of process work. If you haven't seen the first one, there's a whole bunch of stuff in that video too, but if you just want to watch this, then I'm just going to jump right into it, and here is another big stack of process work. So, this is for an acrylic paint project. This is like one of the final drawings. Actually, this is the final drawing that I scanned in. I was going to use that. You know what? I should recycle that. It doesn't need to be in there. I have enough paper. These were some more thumbnails for what kind of, oh, that's upside down. For what kind of landscape I wanted to do, because it was a landscape project. Some more thumbnails. I was having a lot of fun exploring different landscapes, but I always find whenever I try to draw scenery, landscape photos like this, I always default to the same sort of thing every time. So I need to explore different ways of doing landscapes. These are 2 possible moods for the final, where it's nighttime and there's a light and she's going home at night, or when it's just broad daylight. And I just love daylight scenes, so I had to do this one, even though this one would be more moody and probably more interesting. I'm just not good with dark acrylic paint colors. It just gets muddy, so I went with this. Here's some, oh, that's stuck to something. Some acrylic paint tests with mediums, which I've never used before, and I finally know what they are and what they do. This was Vaseline. There's just a lot of stuff you can do with anything. Oh, it's double-sided. Just some tests for possible ways to use acrylic paint. This has like sand on it. Vaseline, alcohol. That's only one side. I think this was a brayer here, and then just alcohol and just gesso and just tons of stuff. Just exploring the full range of acrylic paint. Some more stuff. This is crackling medium, which is really finicky. Gesso, some natural sand right here. Natural sand is actually pretty cool. I was going to do a color study, but I just decided to move on to the final. Oh yeah, so here is probably what's coming up, is a storyboard assignment. So it was kind of the big one for the second part of the year. So I'm just going to show these quickly, I guess. These are just different thumbnails for different panels. I actually just posted one of these on my Instagram. By the time you're seeing this, last week I posted it. Of like the little dude lying in bed in the morning, or whatever time it looks like. There's a lot of these. These are what helped me the most, probably, because you're just drawing a lot of different scenes. It just gets you more comfortable with that kind of stuff. There's a lot of these. There's so many. Let's just flip a bunch of them over. Oh no. Oh no. That's okay. I cut these out because I wanted to arrange them the best way. I should have glued them back onto a piece of paper, but I didn't do that. Some more. A lot of these are just different options for the same scene. And here's what I ended up going with for the storyboard. I haven't really posted this anywhere yet. I might on Instagram. I liked it when I first made it, but looking back, there's a lot of spots that bother me a lot, just with the way I rendered it. Color study, but they ended up being a lot more saturated and moody, I guess you could call it. Little drawing. Oh, another little storyboard. Him getting out of bed. I kind of like that scene. These are some more hand-drawn, traditionally sketched scenes, bigger than what they would be, what the finals would be, because I just wanted to be able to, like, actually draw the little areas, because I didn't want to draw extremely tiny stuff. I think I actually printed out the light sketch, and then I did it traditionally, because sometimes that helps me just get a better sketch. Oh, here's the ones I glued down that were actually the final thumbnails I ended up going with. And I changed them a lot. Like, you can see where I was gonna make a change. Like, he had to be bigger here, he had to be walking, yeah, stuff like that. Just some planning. Oh, here's some media studies. Ended up approaching it a little bit differently, and I'm happy with the way I did it. But not completely happy. Like, it was more saturated like this one. And then this was as I was painting, I had to keep swatching colors. That's what that was. That bird is so messed up. Okay, what is this? Oh, this was another info project. So I had to pick a shelf, or anywhere actually, and reorganize it. So I drew all the inventory that was inside of it. These are all my books and sketchbooks and stuff. I'm gonna need a blank piece of paper to show you these. Here's one of the sketches. It's like a snail that holds your items. That was I think I did post that on Instagram. I cropped it though. I was gonna do a garden gnome that holds everything, but this was kind of not really organized that well. And another option was a turtle. So I just have a lot of sketches from that. Little house. I was thinking of doing a house. I was stuck on the idea of a bird holding a light bulb in the top, but it just didn't make sense, so I didn't do it. You can see another bird. I wasn't happy with the garden gnome sketches at all, so that's why I didn't go forward with that idea. The bird again. I actually used this for the type on the final. I scanned it in. This was something I also scanned in to use. It's like just crayon, basically. I think I made brushes out of this. Yeah, this is another brush page. I also scanned this in as like a underdrawing to work on digitally. That's how I got that sort of crayon-y texture. I think this was my final sketch that I scanned in and worked with. I was going to use this, didn't end up using it as like a background. Same with this. And I was gonna, I was like painting on tracing paper for some reason just to see what would happen. And I didn't end up scanning this in, I ended up scanning in the crayon one because I wanted that crayon-y sort of texture. This is actually the cover of a sketchbook that I ripped all the pages out of because I needed them to hand in. Oh, well, this was actually the shelf. Black and white. Initial sketch. Inventory sketch. colored inventory just in the background. This is a Staples print. Staples prints pretty accurate colors. This was the final inventory. I don't remember if I included the title or not. Oh, and this was, one of them is lighter. I think this was it. This was the final thing. I only posted this to Instagram. I kind of left out this part because a lot of it didn't really, I don't know, it's not very cohesive, but I had a lot of fun with the colors. Okay, here's tons of sketches. What is this for? I think this is for the storyboard, but it's more like the world building that kind of went into it, so I'm gonna kind of do it like a book, I guess. So I was trying to figure out what I wanted the giant to look like, because it's a story about a giant. Had a lot of different ideas. These were the kids. They did not end up looking like this at all. They were just too small. Some more sketches. Maybe some possible designs of his house. To me, that's what his house looks like. Little sketch here, little colored sketch. I like the way watercolor looks on super thin, cheap sketchbook paper, but it just is horrible to work with. But I like the look it gives. It's like this very modeled kind of. I don't know how to describe it, but I like it. Some tree world building stuff. A lot of these are just like really fast sketches, just trying to figure out what I want stuff to look like. The giant, some trees, foliage. This is not what he looked like, but it was just like a sketch. Oh, and we had to do one scene, like one big scene, so I was trying to figure out what I wanted that to be. Bunch of different compositions. Lots of stuff of him just trying to be menacing. There's also one of him looking out the window, which I ended up going with one of these. I actually showed that in a video before, and I also posted it to Instagram. It was a lot of fun drawing these, I remember. Fun and stressful because I couldn't get it right for a while. What's this? Some good sketches, some clean sketches? Yeah. Oh, and then this is the final shot I went with. Different value studies, they all kind of look very similar. This was option 2. Option 3. Colors that printed really badly. Just really badly. That's not accurate representation at all. Okay. The stack of paper is casting a shadow. It's so tall. These are some media studies where I put down some tissue paper. And it's kind of an interesting way to work. I don't know if I would do it again, but I know how to do it if I ever want to. Actually, tissue paper can be really fun. Like, this is also tissue paper. This is a failed grayscale attempt, I guess you could call it. And what is in here? I don't know what's in here. Oh, this is for Mylar stuff. My Mylar project that I did. Little fox. Not really Mylar. No, I think it is Mylar. Yeah. So I basically already showed you a lot of this because I did a video. But in case you didn't see the video, I will show you anyway. The colored sketch for that. I keep meaning to make this drawing into a print. A lot of prints I need to add. Final sketch. I had a lot of fun with this one. I had more fun sketching it than actually painting it because the painting process was stressful. Yeah, just like cool double-sided stuff. I have one more process thing to show you. This is the actual book of sketches, and this light is gonna be really annoying and glare on the page. This was for a narrative project from early in the year, and I was trying to design the characters. These are probably a pain to look at. But there's a lot of stuff in here. I worked really hard on just trying to get the best design. Try to push myself because it was a weakness of mine. It still is. Bunch of character sketches. This is a really big book, trying to get it in the shot. These are actually photocopies because some of my stuff was double-sided, which was really stupid because I didn't know we'd be putting it all in a book. So this page, this page. Some world building, some trees, foliage. I had a lot of fun with the foliage this project. Some thumbnails, trying to get a nice energetic shot. Some more thumbnails, and this is a large scene. I think this is real size. I'm pretty sure it was actually this big. Then a more clean version. I think that's a Procreate sketch. I can tell by the brushes I used. Some thumbnails for the next scene. So it's like thumbnails for the scene and then the final drawing, and then thumbnails for the scene and the final drawing. I actually like this one. This was the cave scene. Trying to get no glare for you. The final castle scene. And some colors. I always like looking at the sketches more than the finals. I just find them a lot more interesting. I went with very like fall sort of colors. It was so much fun to paint. I had a lot of fun painting it. I say that now when it was stressful at the time, but I did enjoy the colors. Some media tests. Seeing what I could do with watercolor, gouache, and pencil. Another test. That could have been the final, but it wasn't. Because I didn't put the children on it. Oh, and that's it for that. I really hope you enjoyed seeing all of my sketches and my process work from art school from a full year. I'm sure I'm missing something. This can't be everything. I'm probably missing stuff from other classes. But I'm going to do some other videos showing, well, probably just one video showing the actual final pieces I made throughout the year. Anything that is safe to show, because some stuff is life drawing, and I don't know if I can show that. But I really hope you enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun to go through this and to see all the stuff I did. And I hope you found this informative if you're also considering going to art school. Because if you're already in art school, this probably is boring to you. But I really hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in my next video.